Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. Let us be glad. Let us be grateful. Let us rejoicify that goodness has subdued the wicked workings of you know. So today we are going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, but we're going to start off with the Utah foolery. Hey Turner, how are you? Make sure if you are new here, subscribe. I have been on vacation, Dredge. You know, I got to have a break, don't I? And I usually go on vacation on the first week of September for the past many years. As you can see, I am tanned. And if you thought that I was radical when I was high yellow, when I'm bronzed, baby, understand. I think I'm that bitch. When I'm tan. When I'm pale, I think I'm that bitch. But when I'm tan, you can't tell me shit. Oh, hey, Andre. Hey, Ty. My week was amazing. I went to Mexico last week for a little break from the foolery. And y'all know it's two things that were kind of futuristic and strange for me in this trip. Coming back to the States, they didn't use my passport to at customs to confirm like my identity and my citizenship. Like they didn't use my passport. They used like you know how if you ever been out the country, they use you gotta in customs you gotta stand in line and then you go up to like an officer and they ask you, you know, where you been? Do you got stuff to declare? What was you out of the country for? What are you here for? Oh, whatever. They ask you all these kind of questions. And then they look at you, look at the passport, scan it, because it's a little scan code on there. And then you go about your business. But this time, I didn't even have to pull my passport out. They did facial recognition, child. Like soon as you just walk up to this thing, you know how like they've been doing this at the airport. Like when you fly on a plane, they'll take your picture, and you know that's normal. But not coming through customs, that's not normal. So they didn't ask for my passport. They just took a picture of me and it verified. Ain't that crazy? I never experienced that. Hey Jay, hey Blessing, hey Marissa, hey Alec. The white on your skin. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I am that's the first thing. So they use facial recognition to verify my citizenship. Gag. So clock that. How did the work if you leave the country for FFS? How does that work if you leave the country for FFS? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I didn't think about that. Honey, come back a new girl. How do I come back in? The second thing, now, if y'all live in a major city, y'all might have experienced this, but I had never experienced it. Not that I don't live in a major city, but I don't know. So I went into this store, and to get into the store, I'm talking about come through the door of the store, you have to scan your credit card to even get in. Like to get into the store. You know how the revolving doors open when you come through a store? You can't, the doors won't open unless you scan your credit card. So once you scan your credit card, the doors open. And when you go in, you grab what you want, but you don't have to go to a cashier because there are sensors and cameras all over the store to see what you put up and what you picked up and what you put back. So you can just walk back out the door. You don't have to go and get your stuff scanned at the cashier. You just walk out the door and they send your receipt. If you want your receipt, you put your email in this kiosk. But if you don't, you just walk out the store and they charge your card that you scan to get into the store. And so I looked at my receipt. They had everything that I picked up, my juice, my chips, everything. Like, it really worked. I was like, oh, this is kind of scary, but kind of like super easy. Like, the lady was sitting right there. She was like, yeah, you just walk out. We already got your card, girl. We know what you got. Good luck. Have a great day. And I said, wait, I need the receipt. So I put my little receipt paper, my little email in the receipt thing. And honey, it counted everything that I got. I was like, oh, we in the future. Future. I live. Hey, Rosaria, how are you? I do feel extra goddess like, even though I'm fucking peeling like a sun dodger. Y'all can't see because the bra top is covering it up. But honey, I am sunburnt. Look at all that. You see them little spots right there? All that white stuff right there. That's me being burnt up to crisp and it's peeling now. And here's some more stuff. Honey, like I'm a common white woman. Oh my God. Oh God. But yeah, it's sizzling me down. But the rest is good. It's probably gonna start peeling in the next couple of days. Well, started now, but finish peeling in the next couple of days. It already started right there too. Y'all see that little spot right there? Ooh, shade. Anyway, so what y'all think about the First Amendment silencing of Charlie Kirk and with the Second Amendment person. Like, the Second Amendment dude, the rights to have arms is kind of silencing him. Like, what's y'all thoughts? What are y'all feelings? Everybody been talking about it. I want to see what my people think. He passed behind what he believed in. Mm-hmm. So, have y'all got the updates and everything? No one mourns the wicked. Absolutely. No one mourns the wicked. And the Bible says in Proverbs 11:10, when the wicked perish, there are shouts of joy. So if the Christians try to tell you to have compassion and the Bible says that when the wicked perishes, there should be shouts of joy. That's what the words say. Proverbs 11:10. That's what it say. So if they try to wear you out and act like you can't be joyous of the wicked perishing, that's not biblical. Because the Bible say you can be joyous. So, yeah, he's somebody. You have all these trash takes. You look stunning. You are absolutely right. Thank you. And Will, why you be acting like I don't be knowing who you are when you be adding me on stuff? Anytime you add me, I know who you are. That's why I add you. If you have a picture up now, if you be behind some pictures, I don't know. Now you behind some cats or some fucking some strange ass pictures, and I don't know it's you. But if you have pictures, if I know it's you. Um. All right. So let me think. Where do I start with this situation? Let me start here. Okay, I'm gonna start here because I do think that the first part about what I'm gonna say is right. I think it's right, and I think that it is appropriate to say, and it is true. Um, no one deserves to die for sharing their opinion and sharing their beliefs. I think that that is a core value of mine. I also think with the First Amendment that that is a core value of us as Americans. Do you feel like you're an American? Now, listen, I feel like I'm an American. You know why? Because I can go back on this country, I can go back about 7 generations of Black ancestry on this land. And I I feel like my ancestry, I am a Black American. That's what I feel I am. I feel like it's not that I don't know that I have connection to Africa. It's not like that I'm claiming to not have ancestry in Africa. Absolutely. I just don't have no land alliance to that I feel deeply about in Africa. I know my ancestors come from there. Don't ever forget it. I won't ever not honor it. I will never not revere that. But I also have a more deeper claim and feeling about this land because my family fought and died for it. So that's how I feel about my Black Americanness. Okay. So that comes along with being an American, being a citizen of the United States. Is that a complicated relationship as a Black person? Absolutely. But I know that essentially how it's supposed to be, that First Amendment is the right for us to be able to say what the hell we want to say. One of my first social justice wins was about the First Amendment. Me suing my high school to be able to go to high school in a gender affirming gown was about the First Amendment. It is a First Amendment rights win that set precedent for other people to use. So, First Amendment right is my bag. I care about it. It's important to me. You can do what you do without the government stopping you and say what you want to say without. Now that don't mean they won't try. But essentially you're supposed to be able to say what you want against the government, say what you want freely. Now that doesn't mean that you're not going to have social consequences. That First Amendment protects you from persecution from the government, not the people. Clock that nuance, clock that nuance, clock that nuance. The government can't lock you up and wear you out because of the First Amendment. But people can judge you, other people can judge you, and there might be some social consequences around how people treat you. But the government cannot come in and lock you up, wear you out, beat you, harm you, because you are protected by your First Amendment right. That don't mean that the people can't get you together. Clock that T. So the First Amendment gig is something that is important to me. And I don't feel that anybody should be murdered and killed behind what they believe or speaking what they believe. Now, if you come in my face, can I pop you in the mouth? I think I have the right to. Maybe not have the right to, but if you come in my face and wear me and disrespect me and say some shit, I'm not a government official. If you come in my face and get to disrespecting me, saying all the words that you have the freedom to say, and I bop you, there might be some assault consequence to me because you can say it, but I can bop you. I made that part of the bob, that part of the plan, maybe the illegal part, but I'm not a government official, so you can't sue. You can charge me with assault, but you can't. You get what I'm saying? I feel like you can't control how people are going to respond to what you say, even if you have the legal protection of freedom. Okay? Some people, they're going to be like, oh, you're just saying what you believe. And sometimes there are going to be people that's going to be mad about what you say. And sometimes that anger can be extreme. It can lead to them spitting on you, assault. It can lead to them punching you. It can lead them to running you over with a car. It could lead to them blowing up your house. It could lead to them sniping you. It could be so many things. Not saying that those things are right, but that could be a possibility. And especially if you are a Christian, one of the verses in the Bible say that power of life and death lies within your tongue. So if you're a Christian, that's what the Bible says. It's a bunch of Bible stuff that can apply to this situation. And so, what do you think they mean that your tongue has the power of life and death? What do you think they mean? What do you think the word means when it says that? If you're a Christian, if you're not a Christian, then don't worry about this part. But if you're a Christian, what do you think that word means? To me, and I'm not a Christian, but when I was a Christian and when I was hearing people say and how they expressed it, it means that your words have power. It has power to give life and it has power to take life. And sometimes that means that when you say, sir, you is not gonna die today. I call on God. I'm praying that you're not gonna die today. That motherfucker could hear that and be like, yo, nah, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna survive. And for whatever reason, your words gave them power to survive or go on or and it gave them life. But you know the opposite is true. When you curse people, you put out wickedness, you say nasty things about people, you spread lies and hateful rhetoric, then that can move people to pop you on a campus in front of 1 million people, on video, in front of your children and your wife. The power of life or death is in your tongue. So, I do think that is wrong because there are people, if you think about this is political violence. If you think about the political as a binary, the left, the right, wherever you stand in that situation, Charlie was on the right. There's people that are far. If you haven't seen the update on the shooter, he was more far right than Charlie, and he shot Charlie because he felt like he wasn't far enough. He is one of the white nationalist group, the Goyers, GROPYER or YPER, Goypers, something like that. I don't know what it's pronounced. GROYPER, one of Nick Fuentes' little groups. So in that situation, this is somebody more right than him shooting him. So on their side, one of their side people shot somebody who felt they weren't radical enough on the left. So there are people on our side that are just as radical, but over here. And I would hate for them to be at a school and because somebody disagreed with them, they shot them. I would hate that. Now, I would be sad because I have enough grace and compassion for what they stand for, that I would be sad about them getting shot. I don't have enough grace and compassion to be sad about Charlie Kirk getting offed. It's too much going on in my life, in my community, being harmed by MAGA and right-wing rhetoric for me to have enough. I don't have the capacity to give them grace and compassion. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I think it's right that somebody killed somebody for talking and saying that shit. But my sadness, the capacity for my sadness goes to the children who was harmed and shot in gun violence on that same exact day. Not some grown, rich white man worth $12 million. He'll be fine. Well, he won't be fine, but his family will be fine. What about the children that was harmed in the school shooting that happened on that day? I don't have enough room to give that grace and compassion because there's 3 children that was harmed. There, I'm still mourning the Democratic senators that was murdered by right-wing people that had a hit list of senators. I'm still mourning that. I just don't have the capacity for it, darling. I just don't have the room in my bag to carry. I just saw a couple of videos of starving Palestinians. Ooh, that took a lot of grace and compassion from me. So I just don't really have the bag and capacity to give grace and compassion to someone who think of me as a Black woman, as a trans woman, as a mental illness. That's number one. But also as a Black woman who doesn't have the mental processing skills to understand anything. That's what he said out of his own words. So I don't have the processing skills, remember, to care about a motherfucker who don't care about me. So why I think it's wrong? Isn't it nice to know that love will conquer evil? I just don't have it. I don't have it. I just don't have just don't have the capacity. Also, you know, when the Black men and women were getting murdered, and he was making fun of them, saying that they died of fentanyl overdose, and he was saying all kind of negative stuff about them. You know, I can't give that grace. You know, he said he doesn't believe in empathy. That's what he said. He said he doesn't believe in empathy. So why would I give somebody who doesn't believe in empathy? Why would I waste my empathy on somebody who don't even believe in it? He doesn't even believe in empathy. So why would I do that? Why would I care? Why would I do that? That just seems like a waste of time. Just seems like a waste of time. You feel what I'm saying? It seems like it's a waste of time to me. And so when my compassion and grace, I'm still mourning Philando Castile when I just saw him reach for his ID and the police shot him. Like it still puts a little twist in my belly. It still puts a little twist in my belly. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't really have I still see the visual of Trayvon Martin laying on the grass. That still holds some of my compassion and my grace. And it's hard for me to take that compassion and grace and put it on a white supremacist white man. Sexist, white supremacist, fake Christian. It's hard for me to take some of that grace that's needed over here. It's hard for me to actually put my grace over there. And I don't owe it to a motherfucker. I want y'all to clock that. I don't owe a motherfucker my grace or my compassion. I don't owe them shit. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't owe it. I don't have to, and it doesn't make me a bad person. The fact that I don't want to give it to a motherfucker who hate me. Clock that, clock that, clock that. Another element of why I don't have the compassion and the grace and the why don't have the capacity to give is because in the past year they have defunded some of the programs that take away HIV medicine to some of my favorite people. I'm a queer person, so I know tons of people who have HIV who need medicine, and there have been like 50,000 deaths because they have defunded programs that are paying for people to save people's lives around that. And they're literally trying to eliminate the Ryan White program. I have to give compassion and grace to the people I know who are going to be affected by that and probably die. I have to brace myself for the effects of his rhetoric on my people. I want you to clock it. I want you to clock why I don't have the capacity for that. Like, it's literally programs that's being stopped so they can't have that medication. We had got to the point where people were undetectable and living long and luscious lives. And now they are defunding programs that are giving them life-saving health care because they don't have any grace and compassion for them. But this is my community. And despite it, and I don't have HIV, but the empathy that I need to care for my community, I cannot spare a single drop to give it to a sexist, racist, white supremacist 31-year-old. I don't have a drop. I don't have a drop to give to that buffoon. I don't have a drop. It's so many people over here that I need to have empathy and compassion for to do the work that I need to do, that I can't turn my neck over here and say, "Oh, what about the children? What about the wife? He was a father." They are too. And so that negates that cancels it out. I got to be over here. I got to have the compassion and grace to do what I need to do over here. I may have to bathe my friends one day. I may have to bathe them because they can't take care of themselves, because they can't get their medication, because the programs have been cut and defunded. And I need that capacity of care and empathy and grace for those moments, not this one. Your rhetoric has harmed women's bodies. I need the grace and compassion I need for women who have died from sepsis because their doctor couldn't do an abortion on them, because your rhetoric has pushed their state to ban them and criminalize the doctors who actually do the life-saving work to help the women in those particular situations. I need to have the grace and capacity for those women. I need to have the grace and capacity for the molested 10-year-old girl who is pregnant by her father. And she's in a state that, or her uncle, and she's in a state that your rhetoric brought a rise to leadership that allows her to be in the circumstances where she couldn't get health care when it comes to getting rid of this baby, this evil baby in her, or clump of cells, however you want to call it. This evil situation that she in. She needs help at 10 years old. And I need to have grace and capacity for her. I don't have time to have grace and capacity for your daughter, the daughter that you said you would force to have a baby if she was molested or raped. That's what you said you would do to your daughter. So I want to give more grace and compassion to the girls over here while y'all shit on the girls that y'all have over here. Speaking of girls, ain't it quite interesting that girls have access to the internet and MAGA rhetoric just as much as the boys, but the boys are the ones out here shooting and sniping motherfuckers and shooting up schools and da 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 da. But the girls have just as much access, but they're not doing that anyway. That's a good. I want y'all to think about that. Let that rumble in your brain a little bit. The girls have just as much access to the MAGA rhetoric, just as much access to the internet, just as much access, but they're not shooting up schools. They're not shooting up people. What do you think about that? What question? Let that rumble around. Chew on that a little bit. Let that rumble around in your brain to ask and maybe ask some questions and like why is that? Anyway, so I don't have the capacity. Y'all are defunding Planned Parenthood so that people can't have access to poor people. I don't want to just say people in general. Poor people can't have access to health care. Abortions are 3% of the budget of Planned Parenthood, and the laws already prevent them from using that money to do abortions. So let's do that. Let's clock that. So they can't even use federal funding to do abortions. And it's only 3% of what they do. What about the other stuff that people need? Mammograms, sex education, sexual health screenings, all the other stuff that they do that poor people can't afford because y'all are jacking the prices up for insurance. Y'all are supporting corporations to give payouts to their executives and not give enough money to their workers so they can't afford the jacked up prices of the insurance. And then you take the resource, the free resource that people can use to get their sexual health in order, to get an abortion, to learn about their sexual health, to learn about if they got cancer or not. And the people who are going to be most affected by this is Black and brown people. Poor Black and brown people. And so when they are affected by it, whatever privilege that I may have, not saying that I'm far from this. I don't know. I'm of that age. I'm 44. I'm in that age where the health shit starts to happen. You need to get a colon check. You need to get a this check. I'm at that age, so who knows what? And honey, I'm out in these streets, honey. I ain't got HIV now, but honey, I might be out here taking risks. I might be out here one day feeling a little frisky and then get caught up. You never know what life can hand you, baby. So it might be me next year or whatever, because I be out in these streets doing stuff that I might not need to be doing. I try not to, but you never know. I'm not perfect. So you never know what could happen. You never know. So I don't know I could get breast cancer. I got silicone in my body. I see some of the girls out here getting silicone removed and they having holes in their hips, and I don't know. But I ain't got I don't right now don't have any medical insurance. So if something happened, baby, I'm in poverty and poor in a poorhouse. Homeless. Might have to move in with my brother or something. So I'm not saying because I might be removed from the situation. I'm not saying it like I'm privileged, but somebody might be affected by these ramifications, the results, faster than me. Because I might got a little hustle in me that can keep me afloat a little bit longer, and I might have to help them. We talked about this in a couple of episodes of Marsha's Plate, talked about this in a couple of episodes of the live show. We talked about being a captive maternal from Dr. Joy James, talked about being a captive maternal, where there's some people who are literally oppressed just to they're helping other people and keeping them afloat just so they can get exploited by the system a little bit longer. It's called a theory, captive maternal theory. Check it out. I know y'all don't like, sometimes y'all don't be like academic stuff, but sometimes you got to read some stuff just to, people concepts out here. So, I definitely a captive maternal. Sometimes I give a motherfucker my last just so they can last a little longer while I'm being exploited, while I'm being put at risk, because I care about people. And so that I don't know where I'm gonna fall. I might be a little bit more privileged than the next girl, and then the next girl's a little bit more privileged than me. And we are resources, helping, blah, blah, blah. I don't know when it's gonna be my turn to help or be helped. I don't know when that's gonna happen. But what I do know is I don't have a capacity to give my grace, concern, and help and compassion to a white supremacist patriarch that wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. I don't have the capacity to do it. It's too many things out here that I got to care about. And I don't have the luxury of being a fake Christian like some of you motherfuckers. I don't have that luxury, baby. I don't benefit from the fake virtue signaling like y'all do. I just don't have it. I just don't have it. I can't go to the church house and be an open trans woman and get help. They won't do shit for me. Most of them. I can't go. He's worth $12 million. $12 million. He'll be okay. A college dropout. He is a college dropout. And this is not me making it seem like if you went to college, you better. What I'm saying, this is somebody who dropped out of college. His grift is right-wing rhetoric. His grift, his hustle, his business is to be a white supremacist talking head, to spread the lies of white supremacy, patriarchy, imperialist, all that bullshit. His grift, his hustle is to be that. I don't have the privilege. Let's keep it let's keep it real. I'm on the side of the aisle where half the motherfuckers on this side don't fuck with me either. I'm on the side of the aisle where I'm marching in the street for niggas getting killed by cops that would jump me at the march. I'm on the side of the aisle where I'm fighting for bitches' rights, for their body autonomy, for abortion, and these bitches is calling me man in my comment, saying I never be a woman, saying I shouldn't be able to do what I do to my body while I'm fighting for the agency for their body. That's on the side of the aisle that I'm on. Does that feel good? Nah, it don't feel good. But I'm on the right side, because that side is worse. But but I know the side of the aisle that I'm on. So I can't consolidate and make all the grift money like these motherfuckers is doing. They got the corporations funding them and all. I don't have that. I'm on the side of the aisle that says I'm on the side of the aisle with the white women, the white feminist women. I'm on the side of I don't see color white women. I'm on the liberal white women's side. I'm on that side. Not saying that there ain't some goodness in some of them, but y'all, you know what I mean. They ain't always right. I'm on the side of the aisle where there's black men over here that agree with every single thing that Charlie Kirk believes in, except for the race stuff. The only reason why they not over there is because they not white. They hate the gays. They hate women. They believe everything that them niggas believe except for the race stuff. I'm on that side of the aisle. Unfortunately. I'm on the side of the aisle where I have a cousin who was just posting some anti-trans. This is before we, even though I don't know why your brain didn't understand this, before we confirmed that it was a white male MAGA motherfucker, she had posted this man video. Now, this is my cousin. We blood kin. She had posted this video of this man talking about being a Christian, but blaming this shit on us. I'm like, bitch, you closer to me than you are Charlie Kirk. I'm more likely to save you if you in a bind than Charlie Kirk. And you a rural country ass Mississippi bitch. So I know you ain't got no motherfucking resources in that motherfucking state. This white man will piss on you and see you die before I would. And you have the nerve, I had to delete her. You had the nerve to share some anti-trans rhetoric. You closer to a trans person than that white one. I know you want to be closer to that white man status. I know you want to be that, like the rest of these nigga coon ass niggas. I know you want to be that, but you not. I'm the bitch that's more likely to have to help you. And I say this with about a lot of the groups on the right. That fucking Just Hilarious, any of the transphobic cisgender women. We the motherfuckers that's more likely to be on the ground fighting for you hoes than these niggas. We could call you all kinds of fish and bleeders and da-da-da-da. We can be disrespectful to each other, but at the end of the day, we gonna be the same ones. We ain't out here shooting up no motherfucking shit. We knew it wasn't no black woman doing it. And we knew it wasn't no black trans woman doing none of that bullshit. The white trans women, maybe. Black trans women, no. We all we fucking got. But I gotta worry about if you gonna be in my corner. You sharing anti-trans rhetoric before you even get the tea on what's done happened. You didn't even give the grace. You want me to give grace to Charlie Kirk, but you don't even give us the grace to even realize it had nothing to do with us. They out here threatening HBCUs, and it ain't got nothing to do. It's your own people, your own MAGA people. They gotta shut down black schools when it's your own people over there killing each other. The fuck? But yeah, I just in my brain, I just can't grasp the idea that people expect me or us to have grace when they talk so much shit about us. This man literally came out of his mouth when he was talking about the idea. He said it should be public executions. He said it should be quick and public. Ironically, what happened to him? Remember, the Bible says when the wicked perish, there should be screams of joy. I should be screaming with joy right now. I'm not. I'm going to give you a snap and a giggle. But he said he wants it to be public executions, quick and in front of everybody, in front of the crowd. Literally, what happened to him? That's what he said. And Trump is not sending the military to Utah. He's sending them to cities with their lowest crime rates on record in decades. But he ain't sending the National Guard in there. The violence. The kingdom suffering violence. It's the violence. Yeah, this is I just think it's gaslighting. It is crazy for people to think that we are supposed to care. Oh, you heartless. You're so heartless. He had a family. He had a daughter that he would have forced to have a baby if she got molested or raped. And I'm not, and baby, you want me to tell, do you think that I'm stupid enough to give grace and honor to a white woman on the side of a MAGA nigga? These are the same bitches that was making quilts and shit for the Civil War niggas. The Daughters of Liberty and what was the other people name? Them. You think I'm gonna give grace to a bitch that's on the side of these dudes? You think I'm gonna care about her feelings? While she sit over here in the lap of white supremacist luxury and be okay with it? You think I'm gonna give her grace because her king died? I don't have the capacity, darling. I don't have the capacity, darling. Will never, shall never. If I did, I wouldn't give it to her. Sherry says she only has thoughts and prayers. That's all I can do. Baby, I don't even have thoughts and prayers. I have the concept of thoughts and prayers. Like Trump's concepts and plans, I have concepts of thoughts and prayers. Concepts. We got to work through them. When we get back in power, we'll work through it. And then I might have a more set in stone idea of thoughts and prayers. But right now, it's just the concepts. Like what they ran the election, what they ran on the election concepts. But first, I'm gonna search through Project 2025 to see if they have a program for thoughts and prayers, because that seems to be what they're really focused on right now. So we gotta find the program of thoughts and prayers in Project 2025 for them. If you're watching, make sure you thumbs up. If you are new to here, that's what we do when we watch. It's only 25 people that have thumbs up, and there's 61 people in here watching. What y'all doing? Jacking off? Are your fingers, are you jacking off to my breast or something? Like, what's going on? Do I need to put a shirt on so y'all can thumbs up while we're here? Like, what's going on? Why are you just sitting there? What's the tea? The way Nancy Mace went from calling the death penalty to calling for prayers, baby, you know they fake Christians. Just a bunch of fake clowns. Baby, they want to hang them high when it's one of us, but when it's one of them, which is always one of them. Even did y'all hear the Utah man? The governor of Utah said, "I was hoping it was not one of us." The governor man said, "I was hoping it was not one of us." Let me hear. Let me let y'all hear it.
This bad stuff happens, and for 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, "Hey, we don't do that here." And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here. This.
I was hoping it was not one of us. Now I know he means like, the subtext is white. I think he means. I think he means you people from Utah, but the subtext is white. I wanted to be somebody else. I didn't want it to be us. Then he kept talking. So, yes, darlings, it's you don't owe people your compassion. We got too many people that we got to care for. It's how many 300,000 people, black women, have lost their jobs. We got resumes to fill out. We got you know what I'm saying? We got interviews to do. We ain't got time. And we don't got, and remember, we don't got the brain processing power. So we got to do our resume. We got to get prepared for jobs, even though we're the most educated group in the country. But still, we don't have the remember he said we don't have the processing power. So because we don't have the processing power, we really got to focus on getting our jobs back or recalibrating how we going to make our money. You feel what I'm saying? And we all know that black women, we about community. So we just don't have the brain capacity and the grace and the capacity for grace and compassion to be able to focus it over there. We really gotta do it for our people. You feel what I'm saying? We just don't have the capacity to give it to them. Feel what I'm saying? It's not often that they get to see how the other has lives and dies or cares to pay attention. This is a mirror. It's a forced mirror. Like y'all are radicalizing people. And one of y'all own got wore out. Hey, Maxwell. Oh, somebody gave a super chat. Who gave a super chat? Milana, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. It's a simple outfit. It's some wide leg, silky, wide leg pants. And just a little bikini top. Boom, 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 boom. you know, a little something. I'm feeling real summery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And miss me with the comparing him to Martin Luther King. Let's talk about it. Anybody comparing him to Martin Luther King can suck my dick. When I just got done peeing and I ain't shook it, that's when you can suck it. Or right after I done plunge somebody and they paint me, you can suck it then. Anybody comparing him to Martin Luther King can kiss my ass. Get out of here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I told him, I said, baby, I already think I'm a bad bitch when I'm pale. When I'm tan, you can't tell me nothing. When I'm tan, you can't tell me a goddamn thing. The white solidarity can't contain itself. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't. Charlie Luther King. That is so funny. Mm-mm. Stop playing in our face. Stop playing in our face. The grandma done came out and said that their whole family is MAGA. That's a good thing. At least they're not lying about it. Trump Jr. said that this is all trans people's fault. Like, what we got to do with it? He said that the hormones is making us go crazy and more violent. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The 1%. Yes, that's what he said. Let me see if I can play it. Oh, they were lying and saying that there was trans paraphernalia written on the gun stuff. He was totally lying. The police had to release, the Utah police had to release a statement saying that's not true. They're lying. This had nothing to do with trans people.
The one thing that others, again, violence against Republicans. Again, violence against Republicans. They don't talk about I can't frankly name a mass shooting in the last year or two in America that wasn't committed by a transgender lunatic that's been pumped up on probably hormones
since they were 3-year-olds because they want to normalize that. And if you say something about it, it's verboten because we're supposed to trust the science, even if it's not science, and even if everyone understands it. Those people are protected. They are hidden. They are beyond reproach. You'll never see the manifesto. Now you're reading about trans paraphernalia written on the cartridges of this rifle that killed one of my dearest friends in life. It is absolute sickness. And I think the one thing that...
From what I'm to understand, there was one incident that was a trans person up in Minnesota, and they were right wing, right? If I to understand, weren't they? What was their T? I don't know what their T was. I was over capacity again. That's gonna be my excuse for a lot of foolishness. Yes, white men fight back. When it was a white man that killed him. But this is a problem. They're not gonna think like that. They want to harm y'all. No, it was a trans woman. They said she got her name changed in 2020. So oh, they were still white. Yes, they were. They were, Chris. So, black women, queer people, trans people in the chat. Is there some type of anxiety and nervousness growing up in you in regards to your safety? Because it feels like something is bubbling over. Do you feel some type of anxiety about your safety? And if you do, what are your strategy? What is your strategy? What are you doing about hunkering down in regard to your safety? So I'm getting another gun. Not saying the guns are the answer, but while we have the Second Amendment, I'm going to utilize my rights. And I also live in Texas, where, honey, you come through my door, I can blow you away. I feel anxiety about access to resources. I feel some type of way. Yes, definitely. I feel some type of way. It's a mixture of things. I mean, what's the mix? No, not because there aren't any threats, but because I refuse to live in fear. I think I too refuse to live in fear. I refuse to not go about my day, but I still want to be cautionary and make sure I can do whatever is in my power to avoid being as much risk as I could, being at less risk in a way that I can control. In the longest I can control them. Whatever I can control. There's some things that you just can't control. If somebody randomly stab you on the train while you're sitting there, like the Ukraine girl, you can't avoid shit like that. But I'm talking about shit that you can avoid. Thankfully, I'm quite passable, but this still doesn't stop the anxiety of what if one clocks a T. True. My only concern is that they're itching and burning for a race war. I always wonder what event is going to take that will be the tipping point. I'm emotional. I had emotional flashback last winter over this program shit. What's that? I'm hoping to get in touch with some community orgs too, so that I'll be less stranded. I'm focused more on transportation borders than arms right now. Gotcha. My homeboy is moving this week to Mexico City. If I have to move out the country, if I have to move, I want to move out the country. That's number one. If I have to move out of the country, I know I'm going to be depressed for a little bit because I'm going to have to leave my shit behind. I'm either going to have to sell my stuff off and leave many of my things behind. That makes sense, Chris. I feel safe when I'm out, probably because I live in a very blue state, but I feel like being stealth is just best for me right now. I agree. I'm definitely an isolated person in the new state and need to find a community. Where are you considering out the country? I've considered different parts of Mexico. I've considered Thailand, Vietnam. I would consider anywhere that is affordable. I'm not moving to Brazil. Brazil is the trans death capital of the world, y'all. They have more deaths in Brazil, trans death in Brazil, than any other place in the country. They kill us there. That is not a safe place for trans people. Brazil is the death capital for trans people. Panama. I heard about Panama. I heard Panama was good. And it had a lot of black people. I actually would love to move to New Zealand or Australia. You don't have a lot of black people, but it's it's like a lot of Africans and shit. But yeah, but the cost of living in those places is high as fuck. I need a place that's cheap. I think we all need a pew pew for sure. I'm surrounded by women in my community, and we are all trying to figure out how to stay safe. The idea that we can be safe around black men has kind of left us. It's just us black women. There are races though in Australia, just like in America. It's more polite. I stay there for a while. I think Norway is cheap. Australia has me shook with all those poisonous creatures. But what's the situation with the Australians and the Aboriginal people? I'm pretty sure it's the same situation as with the indigenous people of America. My friend lives in Japan. He bought a $25,000 house in Japan, and he says it's outside of the city, but their train system is sickening. These white people, these white gay boys, they bought a property in Italy. They split it between like 5 people, and they all got their own little area of the land. Not the land, the little compound. I wish I had some cool rich people like that. I would love to go and get some land somewhere. They have a ton of abandoned homes in Japan. Why are they abandoned? But the problem with going and living in Japan is shit. You get over there and be all happy-go-lucky, then the fucking tsunami come in and wear you out from the global warming. Oh, I don't want to live in no. Well, that's anywhere now. But I think there's a big difference in being a small island dealing with dealing with global warming. I believe it. I definitely believe it. But am I? And it's so strange to be American going to live in a country that we have went at war with. Because I feel like as soon as some shit go down, baby, kill the Americans. I'll be like, I'm black. What are your thoughts on Puerto Rico? Hate it. They were so racist over there. Colorist, racist, anti-black. It was so like, when I visit, you can pass for Blasian. I probably could. I had a lot of white women think I'm Polynesian when they meet me. When I'm gallivanting around the globe, they think I'm Polynesian. Australian wildlife and insects are too much to me. See, I would live for all of that. I would love seeing weird shit I ain't never seen before. I would live. So Puerto Rico is like Dominican Republic. Yes. I thought The Rock was Samoan. I don't really know. I thought he was well, that's Polynesian. Like all those islands are Polynesian, but I think his specific island is Samoa. I think that's where his people are from. But don't quote me, I don't know. I know when I went to the Polynesian Cultural Center, they taught the way they described it was all those islands over there, Hawaii, Fiji, um, Samoa, all those islands in the Pacific. They're all considered Polynesian. So it might be a both and thing. I mean, they have snakes here, y'all. They have snakes in every continent. What's Canada like for the girls? I have friends, they're white though. I have white friends that live for Canada and white adjacent friends. They live for Canada. I had a great time in Canada. Yeah, Lauren, I had a great time. When me and Lauren was hanging out and having fun, we had a good fucking time in Canada. I love Lauren. Lauren is my bitch. And we was tipping and it just felt cool. It was cool. But it is expensive, yes. Last week was Lauren's birthday. This week or last week? It's either day before yesterday was Lauren's birthday. I was in Canada with her for her birthday last year. We had a good time. I loved it there. I definitely could live there, but it was expensive. It's definitely expensive. Yeah, I was there for the Vancouver Queer Film Festival, which is going on now. Lauren England. No. Lauren Strodum. Way back when U.S. money was worth twice Canada money. Now it's flip-flopping. Yeah. I don't know. Another one of my white homegirls moved to Iceland. Now, I've always wanted to visit Iceland, but I don't know if I want to live there. But my friends stayed in Thailand. Yeah, I think for me, just because of cost of living, Vietnam and Thailand would be dope. I got a trans homeboy that lives in Cambodia, and he's married to a Cambodian woman. So they over there paying $250 rent for a condo. I'm like, damn, y'all over there living good off of $250. But he married to her, and she can navigate. He was one of them leftist passport bros. He went and married him a foreigner. Vietnam and Thailand are lit with the cost of living. Yes. Cost of living is low over there. That's what I'm. And they got beaches and shit. What's the crime? Queer acceptance there. Baby, they love the girls. The lady boys over there getting their life. Now, I don't know about the gay stuff, but I can't imagine. Asian countries, to me, don't be feeling like they be. I ain't saying they perfect, but they niggas be looking fish anyway. So I'll be like, I don't be thinking they be that homophobic. But I also think it's because they not really impacted fully. I'm not saying totally, but they ain't really like fully impacted by Christian ideology. They crime rates be low. They fucking cities be clean as shit. Folks don't be being nasty. I think they have ladyboy figures in their religion. Yeah, I never been. I'm going for Christmas. I'm going to Vietnam for Christmas. So I'll tell y'all, I'm testing it out to see if it's good. I'm out. I'm going over there, and honey, I'm ready to be garden auntie, baby. I want to grow some shit and cook for people. Y'all want to come over to Thailand? I cook y'all some food. Come on. Come and get some. Come on, baby. Come on over here. Stay with me for a week. You can't stay to live, but you can stay with me for a week, honey. I'm ready to be whatever the auntie is that you go over there and she always got a little gift for you, a little pie, a little plate, a little something. I'm ready to have a low, chill life. I'm tired of yeah, I want to have a very chill, a very, very chill life. I've done I've I don't want to say I done accomplished everything. What I want is everything that I said that I wanted to do in my younger years. I am either 95% there or I've accomplished it. Every single thing. So I have to I need a place to rest and chill in my life so I can recalibrate age appropriate goals. So I can redraft. Okay, so what's this next half of my life gonna look like? And how am I gonna focus on those goals? And what are those goals gonna be for the next portion of my life? Um, yeah, I feel like that's where I'm at. Where I said my 40s was going to be my travel decade. I want to travel. Um, if I am able-bodied and still doing good in my 50s, I want to continue to travel. I In my 40s, I have gone to so many places. I've gone to Paris, London, Maldives, multiple Middle Eastern states, Switzerland, Jamaica, St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Ireland, Canada. All this is in my 40s, so I'm doing good. I had a good time in the Middle East. I didn't have any issues while I was there. I went to Dubai and I went to Doha. I know you're in your early 40s, but would you say that this is one of your favorite periods in your life? Yep. And I went to Egypt. Yeah, went to Egypt. Yeah. Um, I went to a bunch of places. Would I say this is my favorite period? I really enjoyed my 20s. I really, really enjoyed my 20s. So it's either 20s or 40s. I want to say 40s because it's just more secure. But I really enjoyed my 20s. My 20s, it was tumultuous, but it wasn't necessarily bad. It just was there was a lot going on. A lot of monkey wrenches thrown with life. But there was some highlights in my 20s. So my 20s weren't horrible. Um but my 40s I've just had more access. I've had more money, more access to things and opportunities. And so yeah, I would say my 40s have been the best, but my 20s is like right there um close to being right there. Um my my 30s was the best sex. My 30s really put the best sex on the map. Yeah, I found some good peens in my 30s. But my 40s I just have had more control and more confidence too. Like in my 40s, I'm way more confident than I was in my 20s. My 40s, I feel smart, intelligent, beautiful. The confidence in me is way, way more solid than in my 20s. In 20s, I was insecure about a lot of stuff. Slightly. I still felt like that bitch, but but it's way solidified now than in my 40s. I found my 40s to be way more self-assured. Definitely. I'm 41. I would love to travel more. Do you have any children fight the evil robots? Are you like you by yourself or you got kids and shit? I haven't seen you in a while. You're still looking good. Thank you. How about Greece? I've never been to Greece. I had a chance to go to Italy, but I didn't take it. I done heard some too much negative shit about Italy from black women. Like there's a bunch of black women. Black gay men, they say they love it. But usually the black gay men that say they love it, they like white boys. So I don't think they mind the racism like that. They don't mind being tokened. But I have two kids, baby born this April. Yeah, so it's kind of I used to it's kind of hard when you got kids because you got to prioritize your money for them and shit that they need and da da da. When you ain't got no kids, it's easy to kind of save up real quick and go somewhere. I feel like for people who don't have children, travel is more accessible. Especially not if you just gotta if you have a hold on your stability in regards to your job and you know what I'm saying, your home. If you have that stuff, I think single people, they just have more single people with no kids, they just have more financial flexibility. That's what I be telling people. Where's the best place to raise our kids? Yeah. That's why I'm so glad to be a trans woman. So I never had to worry about any of the baby shit. It was never a risk or never that would have been a monkey wrench I wouldn't have been ready for. I feel like it would at this point in my life. I felt like it would be depressing. Actually, I like it's too much freedom that I have now. I think before, like in my 30s, when I was having a little bit of baby fever, um, and I think it was because I was living a life that was very mundane and boring. Um, Very mundane and boring, and I was like, "Ooh, what would um maybe this is the time to think about children. Give my life meaning." I kind of was thinking about it in that way, but then I got over it really quick. And then now that I'm older, even more older, and have more access, I'm like, ooh, I would be annoyed. You know what really gagged me is me babysitting my brother's dog for a month. I was like, oh my God, I can't go anywhere because I have to find a place for this dog every time I need to travel. I was like, oh God, well, if this was a child, and then y'all gotta do way more crazy ass shit that I don't like. Now, all this school shit that y'all have to do now, I remember when I had custody of my brother, it wasn't as bad as the what I see shit people doing now. Like they got a whole list of shit y'all gotta buy for this class, and baby, all I need to give my brother was fucking pencils, pens, paper. I didn't have to get him all kinds of crazy stuff. Y'all gotta have for y'all kids. Y'all gotta have school clothes, which was normal, but now I gotta. Ooh, y'all gotta. Ooh, y'all got it bad. Oh no, y'all gotta hope. Then my brother spends $1,700 on childcare a month. Oh, God, that is a lot. $1,700. And they ain't even teaching your kids to read. Y'all paying all this money for childcare and the literacy rate going down for the children. That is crazy. Yeah, he got 2 kids. Yeah, for his 2 boys, he has to pay $1,700 a month to go to a good school, a good daycare, highly rated daycare. These schools are so broke, they have the parents bringing school supplies for everybody. Yes, that is crazy. I was hearing some of the conversations. I was like, this ain't my business, but this is wild. This is not my business, but y'all, this wild work that got y'all. I can't have anybody eating up all my stacks. Yeah. Oh God. I can't do it. But I guess it would be a joy to see your offspring. I don't know if that's worth it, but and then they could grow up and be assholes. They can grow up and shoot Charlie Kirk. Hopefully. They can grow up and be an icon. They can grow up and be an icon. But they can grow up and do some crazy stuff. Back to that conversation. What y'all think about that? How you gonna snitch on your child? Like, if my child did some crazy stuff, you couldn't get it out of me. Now, I might not want to take no risk and harbor a fugitive in that regards, but I'm not snitching on my child. I don't care what they did. Y'all gonna have to find them on your own. Y'all gonna have to find. I don't know where he at. I ain't talked to him. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know. Y'all gotta find him. Find him. Make sure he's safe. So nobody don't do nothing to him. I couldn't snitch on my child if he did some crazy wild stuff. Now, if he did some like some sexual violence stuff, but I'm talking about you ain't being you can't be my child, be no pedophile. You can't be my child and be no rapist. You can't be my child and anything you gotta do with kids and sexual harm, baby. I'm gonna have to disown you. Yeah, I can't do it. But some, wild, crazy stuff like you took out a white supremacist, baby. I ain't snitching on you, especially if it's something I'm proud of, child. Please. I'm like, I don't know what y'all talk about. I ain't heard from him. He packed his stuff and left this morning. I don't know where he at. He's not letting anything out that doesn't fit his narrative. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm murking anything else that implants here. I'm murking anything else. Oh, okay. Now see. Yes. Amen. Amen. I've seen this. I seen this. It's a compilation video of single moms crying, or not single. Some of them weren't single, but they were all crying about the hardships of motherhood, and people had took their videos and made it in one compilation video. And right at the end, it was black, it was white, it was everybody. And right at the end, the black girl, she crying. She was like, "Bitch, I don't care what nobody tell you. I don't care how they tell you they gonna help you. Bitch, get a motherfucking abortion." I bust out laughing. I was sad, but I bust out laughing because the way she said it was so funny. She was like, "Fuck that shit, bitch. Get an abortion. I don't care. Don't let these people convince you they gonna help you. How much, the kind of help they gonna help you. Da, 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 da. No, get that motherfucking abortion." Baby, she was over being a mother. She said, "They bamboozle me. This is for the birds." She says, "No." Then the one girl, she did have a husband, but he was no help. She was like, "No help." She was like, "Shout out. Why no?" Well, the one girl said, "Why does nobody tell you how many times you sit in the car and cry?" I was like, and this is what y'all be telling trans women that they can't do. The first response is to be petty. I was like, y'all think we want that? I'm a mother. You don't have any children. I'm gonna send them a link. Every time I hear a cis woman say that, I'm gonna send them a link to that video. But this is what the mothers are saying, girl. I don't want to be this. I got a period. And it's going to set you up to be this. Here's the link. I cramp every month. Okay, girl. Here's the link. This is what them cramps get you. Well, this is what I'm supposed to be jealous of, or this is what I'm supposed to be envious of. No. I'm not. The mothers are not okay. Yeah, I'm like, ooh. It's not only the burden of children, but it is the responsibility of raising a good human being. And if you are a good mother, if you're a good parent, particularly a mother, and you're really, really good at providing, your child is going to grow up privileged. And we know how all privileged pricks are. If you send your child to the best schools, you send your child and give them all the quality shit, they gonna grow up privileged and be assholes. It's very few privileged Black kids that grew up to be shit in my life. The ones that grew up with good parents, they be shitty human beings. It's the ones with crackheads, drunk, horrible, traumatizing parents that grow up to be good people. Baby, them privileged ones. Oh no, yeah. It's too much. It's too much of a risk. I feel like if somebody did something to my kids, I would go to prison, and then I'm in prison and they ain't got no parent. Some shit that I couldn't control or couldn't avoid or couldn't see coming. I just feel like it's a trap. It just feels like it's a trap for me to go to prison. It's a trap for money. It's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap for me to. Mm. And what if your kids are stupid? What if they're just not smart people? Like shamefully dumb? What if they get your like say your partner got a history of dumbass fucking genes and your fucking child come out fucking slow and not disabled. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, just dumb. Just regular, but just dumb. Like you like, God, you ain't I thought, everybody think their kid is gonna be bright. It's like, oh, he gonna be smart. Mm-mm. And then they grow up and they're like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Thought you was gonna have a Claire and you got a Junior. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's too many variables. Too many variables with kids. Then what if they do some crazy ass shit? Get in a fight with somebody and stab them to death. Or steal your car and run somebody over and kill them. It's just so many things. My mind be going all over the place when it comes to kids. Like just the lack of predictability. What if your child get pregnant or get somebody pregnant and now they broke and they mooching off of you to help take care of the baby because they too young to get a job or but they was out here fucking. So many things. So many things to consider. I don't know how y'all do it. But God bless y'all. In a way, this is validating my postpartum anxiety. right, what else is going on? We got about, I'm gonna do 15 more minutes. What else is going on? What else y'all want to talk about before we head up out of here? What's going on in y'all life? Hey, Brianna. Yes, thumbs up if you are just joining us. Going to enter seniorhood next month. I'm going to enter seniorhood. Senior citizen? Is that what that means? When is senior citizen? I thought they expanded. Oh, is that just oh, what is considered what age is considered senior citizen? AJ Rogers. I thought retirement age, but didn't they expand retirement age to like 70 something? I'm turning 55. Is 55 senior citizen? Is that senior citizen? I thought it was 65. 55 isn't senior. They give senior discounts at 55. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Retirement is 62. I thought they extended it. I thought they took it up. I thought they took it up to 70 something. I'm buying a home and starting my dream garden with the pennies I have left after. Congratulations. In the UK, you senior citizen is at 60, but pension retirement starts at 65. Oh, about to celebrate 10 years since my legal name change in October the 7th. Congratulations. For Social Security full benefits is 70. Gotcha. I hope that I am healthy. I hope that I am healthy. I hope that I'm alive. I want to be an old trans woman, just so y'all know. I'm not one of them people that be like, oh, I don't want to be old. I want to be old. I want to be cussing people out at 80. I want to be old. I want to be y'all seeing me on interviews. I hope I still have my mind so I can still wear people out, so I can still read. I want to be an old trans woman. I don't want to be social justice old trans woman, but I want to be an old trans woman that, get carted out every blue moon. The legend. I come out. I still want to be able bodied though. I don't want to be. Um, um, I don't want to be having to deal with caretakers neglecting me, having me have beards on my chin, and I'm coming out. They rolling me out with my wig on, and they ain't shaved my face or something. They ain't gave me my lasers. They ain't gave me my laser. They ain't taking care of me. Got me out here looking a mess. I don't like when they be having the old heads out looking a mess. So so I do want to be still looking fly. I still want to be cute. But if I'm able bodied, baby, I'm gonna be like Patti LaBelle, tipping with my little kitten heels and my bobs and big old, church lady outfits. Wigs on backwards. Yeah, I don't want to be that girl. I just picture somebody and I don't want to say no names. It's a bunch of somebodies. It ain't just one. It's a bunch of them. Thank you. Great Auntie Diamond. Yes, I would live for it. I would live for that. I live for saying back in my day, they were trying to stop us from getting health care. Now look at you bitches. Y'all can have babies. I don't know if the technology will be that advanced, but if it is, I want to be talking shit about it. You bitches is out here having babies with your new uteruses. Back in my day, we couldn't do that. We was fighting for hormones. We were fighting to give F's on our IDs. We was battling against Trump. That's what I want to be. I want to be her. I want to be the annoying chick, the old annoying old lady. That's cool as fuck, but she gonna be talking shit about how good y'all got it. Yeah, I want to be the insufferable old lady. She cool. You like being around her because she gonna cuss the white people out, but the white and the cis people out. But she gonna tell the truth. She gonna call y'all privileged and spoiled. You spoiled little bitches. And hopefully my voice is like even more deep and raspy, so I can sound like even though I don't smoke, sound like a smoker lady. Yeah, I remember. Come here, baby. Or I could sound like Twinkie Clark, where I'm doing my mouth like this because I had to get my teeth pulled. Fighting to use the toilet. I ain't trying to get no more than SRS post-op, not the uterus implant. You never know what the future holds. There's a lot of stuff that could be possible. The girls done advanced. Their coochie done advanced. The coochies that the girls are getting today are not the coochies they was getting in the 80s and the 90s, child. The coochies they were getting Frankenstein coochies back in the day. Now the coochies is looking good. They be getting wet because they taking the lining and making some wetness part, and it's a different coochie child than they used to give. They used to give out honey. It's alive. It's alive. They used to give Frankenstein stitched up and I'm grateful I still have my mind in this part of my life. Yeah, I want to be old with my sharp. I want to be. I'm trying to get. I'm getting in the gym, keeping my body as active as I can. I want to, I hope I don't get no dementia. Cause them dementia videos with people them the videos where the parents they taking care of their parents and their parents don't even remember that they their daughter or that their son. Ooh, that would be so sad. I don't want to. That's I don't know. I don't want to say silver lining, but I guess that's it. The silver lining of my mom passing so early. Not that I wanted her to pass, but I didn't have to deal with my mom getting in her older years and dealing with her like old age. My mama still was walking around and being a regular woman. It's sad that she died early, but I didn't have to deal with her as an older person with ailments or dementia or you get what I'm saying? I didn't have to deal with that. Because that would have been devastating. The people dealing with that just I don't know if I have that would be so sad to me. I would be depressed. My mama can't even remember that I'm her daughter. That's wild. I seen this video where this girl was doing her mama makeup and her mama was looking at her and she was like, "Oh my God, you're a beautiful girl." Like she was calling her beautiful like she had never seen her before because she didn't remember who she was. And she was putting makeup on her mama. Her mama was like, "Oh my God, I haven't worn makeup in so long, and you have me looking beautiful." Like she's like recording her doing it, and her mama said that and then at the end she says, "Mom, she's her mama says something like, if you, I would be proud if you was my daughter because you're a beautiful girl." And then at the end she says, "Well, lucky for you, I am your daughter." And her mama looked at her and was like, "Really? Oh, I'm lucky to have you as a daughter." And it just was so kind of devastating to me. It was beautiful to her because it was her mom and just that moment, but it was kind of sad. I don't like that. I would be so sad. That would be so sad to me. Have you seen the one with a grandma that's always trying to get her car keys? No. I saw a trans man post op. I was super impressed. I haven't seen a recent one, but uh I have seen I have seen one and I didn't like it. I seen one and I didn't like it. It was given very Frankenstein. I didn't like it. Mm-mm. Now, I don't know no recent one, but I don't like it. Did you see the Trace Lissette movie about her mother with dementia? No, they didn't put it in the films by me. They didn't put it in the theaters by me, so I didn't get to see it. And I haven't. I think you talked about Monica. Yeah. I didn't get to watch it because I was. Yeah, they didn't bring it in the theater anywhere near me. The trans post op, the trans men post op looked like an egg roll. Same. Stitched on the bottom. Yeah, it looked like an egg roll. Um, yeah, I haven't seen any recent ones. Amor, I thought you might have been saying that when you wrote, you gratefully you still have your mind, but now I get it. It's memory. I saw my own mom just bed at 9 in 1979. Sorry to hear that. Kind of beautiful that even as the body, the brain vessel dies, the spirit still recognizes the beauty in people they love. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I would have looked at it like that, but it was just good if you can. I'd have been mad. My mama can't remember me. That's like that's like to me. This is my mom. And she can't remember me. That is my that would be devastating. And you gotta take care of them until the end because it don't come back. It don't. It's not like it reverses if they eat well. It's like you gotta take care of them to the end. Hmm. Yeah, I'm glad I had to deal with that. I don't think I would have the fortitude for that. I think I would have been able to take care of her if I had to take care of her and she still had her mind. But the dementia thing, ooh, yeah. I don't want to be. I want my mind. I definitely want my mind. Dementia can also make people violent. My great aunt had dementia before it. She was the most sweetest woman. Then dementia, she was violent. Yeah, my home. Now she's not my home girl. She's what do I want to call her? She's not my home girl. She's something. She's way older than me. So home girl makes me feel like like we peers. She's an older woman, older like mentor, and her they went on a her husband went on a cruise and he fell and hit his head and it did some kind of damage to his brain. They sued and they won the cruise, but he never was the same. Like they had to move him into a home because he became like violent. Violent and just too unpredictable. Yeah, it was wild. Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. Mhm. Well, all right, y'all. It's been 2 hours. Yeah. So to close out, you don't owe nobody no grace. You don't owe nobody no compassion, especially somebody that wasn't gonna give you no compassion, or somebody who was speaking against your existence, who were planning on your downfall. You don't owe them any kind of compassion. You don't owe them any kind of grace. You don't owe them nothing. It was wrong for somebody to be shot because of their beliefs. That is wrong. But you don't owe them compassion. Um, and it doesn't make you a bad person if you don't have the capacity to give them grace and compassion, because that's their family and their business and they side to do. They're your enemy, and you don't have to wish bad on them, but you ain't gotta wish nothing on them. Good luck with that. I hope they figure it out. And he a regular motherfucker and got the whole vice president Paul Barron at his fucking at his casket. Girl, privilege, $12 million. He'll be okay. Don't feel bad. And like the Bible says, when the wicked perish, there will be screams of joy. Shouts of joy. You don't have to give them nothing. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Take care of your people. Take care of the people that you need and have the capacity to give grace and care and love and compassion to. Take care of them. And make sure you thumbs up and What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's it. Have a good night.